Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Mark again here, Weatherman Plus. I'm going to give you the latest update on what's going on not only with this cold front, the severe weather that is coming with it, plus what's going on with this weather pattern, because this weather pattern is about to change what's going on in our tropics, guys. So if you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I am all year long. All I ask, if you know somebody that's in these impacts, please share this information. Let other people know what is going on out there. That way they can better prepare. But this is going to raise up our tornadoes for today and for tomorrow as well. And it has grown to a little bit bigger of an area for tornadoes. Plus a cool down, plus the warm temperatures, plus the tropics. I'm going to give you all the latest updates. Remember, timestamps are always going to be in the description of my videos. That way you can go there and it'll always save you time. Now let's get into your information. Now you can see the latest update on global tropics. They will be updating this tomorrow as well. Still expecting a possibility. It is a slight chance, only a 20% chance of a cyclone to form. I'm still showing that it's only going to be an upper level low. It's going to get pushed out by the cold front. This will not have a good chance to form. While we do have activity in the Eastern Pacific expecting to form, we already have an invest, and this is going to get stronger as we go from the 11th through the 17th. It's still going to be in this direction where things are going to form, either going into the Eastern Pacific or shooting out across the Caribbean. Now you can see the latest update with the Euro as we look at our vorticity. Start getting that really high ridge. A lot of warm temperatures already breaking records. It broke some yesterday, guys, and there is going to be more to break. But you can see as this comes across, and Philippe just never made it this far, so it never got together, so it never helped it. But as this cool front comes in, brings more of that severe weather as well, it's going to push that away while we have these forming in the Eastern Pacific. Now you see this with GFS. As that storm system comes in, you get your front coming in, you get your cooler temperatures, you have the upper level low up here. You also have Philippe way over here, and they never get together. But as you get that high ridge building over here on the west coast, you get them systems that's going into the Eastern Pacific. We start getting our rise in motion moving further to the east after this. And you can see once you go from the 10th all the way towards the 15th, it either goes up into the U.S., a very strong low pressure, and becomes a storm system across the U.S., or it does what shows on the 0Z, which was the previous run before this. And it shows that these systems could possibly just go out to the east, northeast. Very strong systems, just booking it right across the Gulf and going out into the Atlantic as well. So there's multiple systems that could be forming up that'd be going in that direction once we make this turn on the 10th. We can also see the latest update on the tropical depression forming in the next 5 days, favoring the Eastern Pacific. And as you keep going, you see how that tropical wave comes across the Caribbean. And as we go 9 and 10 days away, now we're going all the way from the 10th through the 12th, this favorable activity that's going in the Eastern Pacific, the southern half Bay of Campeche, is going to start transforming and going towards the east, guys, where something could form in our southern Gulf, our western Caribbean, as we go from the 10th through the 15th. It's going beyond this. And you can see that latest information right here from your latest potential velocity anomaly according to the Euro, where you're in favorable or unfavorable environment, rising or sinking air. That we do have some favorable environment all the way to the 6th and 7th. Very weak, but you see how that's further to the west from our region that is forming in the Eastern Pacific. But if you look right here from the 11th all the way towards the 20th, almost to the 20th, still showing the 15th being a stronger. You can see how this is further to the east, guys. And this is right over our Western Caribbean, our Gulf of Mexico. Also still have another one in the beginning of November, just like last time. Both of these have strengthened up to a lot of rise in motion, a lot of convection going on. This is where we need to watch for the change of this pattern. This is where something can form up real fast to our Gulf of Mexico, our Western Caribbean, and zing out to the east, northeast, maybe even to the north. But either way, you can see right when we get to around the 10th, we still have these systems forming up in the Eastern Pacific. This is by the 8th. We're having a lot of favorable environment in this region all the way until almost the 20th. And you see how the GFS takes them with that block. And look at all this favorable environment around. So even if there was showing no storms, just look at all the blue. Look at all the low pressure. Look at all the favorable environment for these storms to grow. And as you go from the 10th and on, it starts bringing these systems right across the Gulf. Right there showing a chance for a tropical storm as that zings across. And maybe another one building right here by the Central American Gyre as that possibly goes across. Not only would that bring storms, but that would bring a lot of flooding towards the southeast of the U.S. Matter of fact, that week, they're showing that above average precipitation is coming your way. And you can see this real quick right here. Your next 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. You have some for the south and the Four Corners and northwest as that storm system comes in today. New England states, but well below average precipitation all the way to the 10th and 11th because of that cool front that's coming through. But after that, when you go from the 9th through the 15th, it gets heavier in the northwest. But you also start getting this precipitation rolling out through the southeast of the U.S. You can also see the latest run with the GFS shows all this favorable environment, and it takes it a little further to the north, where these form up in the Eastern Pacific. Both of these go right into Mexico, bringing them impacts, and then goes right into the U.S. and bringing us more impacts from that. So we definitely need to watch this transition from the 10th all the way towards the 15th and a little further than that. Even the Canadian is starting to see that this is going to mess up with this high pressure. It's going to be blocking some of these storms, and they're going to start going out towards the east, northeast with these systems. So we definitely need to watch it. We're getting within that 10-day range where it's starting to be picked up by all the models. You can also see here on our potential velocity anomaly that it gets stronger as we go from October 13th through October 18th. This is where you got favorable environment in the Eastern Pacific, the strongest. But you also have it for the southern half of the Gulf of Mexico. You also have it for the Western Caribbean, going across Cuba, across the Bahamas, and these storms could be cycling that way. After that, it's going to expand some more from October 18th through October 23rd. A lot of favorable environment growing in our region. We definitely need to watch for this transition. Now, in the beginning of this pattern, this is going to bring storms. This is HRRR. It's going to bring some storms for today. And as this transitions for tomorrow, it's going to bring storms for tomorrow as well. It's even growing our tornado threat for tomorrow. But you can see for today that these storms are going to be brewing up all the way from 6 p.m. all the way towards 10 and 11 o'clock. Now, that's some pretty strong storms as well, but that is going to start our tornado threat. And you do see you are getting some wind shear on those cells as they zip by later on this afternoon. It does amplify a little bit more. Then as we go for tomorrow, these storms are going to keep going towards upper Midwest. Then we have most of our convection that's going to be right in this region. So right when this happens, we start getting some shear on these cells as it starts becoming a linear event. All the way across western Iowa, all the way across towards Kansas. Started getting these storms that's coming across, and these are bringing damage and winds as well. It even plumes right back up around 9 and 10 o'clock as you go through Kansas as well on the southern side of this line of storms as that moves across. Then maybe a damage and wind event happening after that. But these storms are definitely coming for tomorrow as well and bringing your chances for tornadoes. But you can see right here for your Cape, for your convection, all you lift is going to be very strong for eastern New Mexico, western Texas, going to southeastern Colorado, a little bit of western Kansas as well, all evening long. And then for tomorrow is going to build right back up for your chances for these tornadoes to appear, guys. A lot of storms all the way from Kansas, a little bit of Nebraska, all the way from Kansas, Oklahoma, going into Texas. Just some strong convection right there for those storms to tap into, and maybe we get some chances for some tornadoes. We're definitely getting some hail out of it, so you can see with the updraft helicity that you do have chances for a lot of hail all the way from western Texas, eastern New Mexico, across Colorado, across Wyoming, across Nebraska, but it's strongest right here for South Dakota as you go later into tonight. Overnight for North Dakota. So very strong storms will be moving towards the upper Midwest. Then for tomorrow, this is going to spark right back up again through Kansas and Nebraska. Chances for hail, even large hail. Just be aware of that. But you can see for today, as we go into this afternoon, is bringing a 40, the 50 in the orange, the 60 in the red miles per hour wind gusts all night long, all across the Four Corners, across southern Wyoming, western Nebraska, South Dakota, Colorado, getting a lot of it, and it's going into western Oklahoma as well. But as we go into tomorrow, this is where it picks up for the upper Midwest, brings y'all a lot of strong storms as well and damage and winds. This is going 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts for southern Minnesota as that comes across. So there's going to be a lot of severe weather. Now for today, you do have chances for tornadoes, and this is going to grow for tomorrow. So far, here's your cities and states at risk for tornadoes for today. You also have chances for winds for today. all the way from the South Central, all the way towards the upper Midwest. So far, here's your cities and states at risk for the damage and winds. Also for the hail, it's going to be in the same areas for the damage and winds and the hail for today. Now for tomorrow, this is going to grow, including your tornado chances. So tomorrow you have it all the way from Texas all the way up towards Nebraska, and this could grow even more, guys. So far, here's your main cities and states at risk for the tornado threat for tomorrow, for Tuesday. Also, the same areas will have chances for damage and winds as well. Damage and winds and hail, even large hail. So far on your damage and winds, here's your cities and states at risk for Tuesday, and your large hail for Tuesday. Here's your cities and states at risk. And the very large hail, at least 2 inches in diameter, is the white line on top. Now, this also is bringing some rainfall, but it's going to bring some very beneficial rainfall towards the South Central, especially as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday. So you see what National Weather Service model as you go until tomorrow morning. Not a lot of rain coming, but as you go through Tuesday, that goes towards the upper Midwest. Then as you come through Wednesday, then it comes in through the South Central all the way till Thursday morning. Bring a lot of rainfall. 1+ inches widespread, plus 2 inches going towards DFW, maybe even hitting 3. Also for Oklahoma, going to southern Missouri, western Arkansas, and this is going to build even more and go further to the south. And you can see this from Weather Prediction Center. So once we go 3 days out, you'll see all that heavy rainfall that's coming your way. Not 2 days, but 3 days. Once we go all the way towards Thursday morning, Wednesday into Thursday. Then when you go to that 5 days, next 2 days is bringing 2 inches of rainfall all across central and southern Texas, even getting towards 3 inches towards southern Texas. So it is going to go all across Texas. You bring it first all the way from Wednesday till Thursday, and then all the way from Thursday, Friday, into Saturday, all the way till Monday, possibly bringing that down to the south as well. Unfortunately, it's not going far to the east. You're only getting about maybe a half an inch of rainfall in that green. Even when you go to 7 days, it don't bring them much to Louisiana or Mississippi. And y'all are in that big drought I showed you yesterday. So I am sorry you're not going to be getting any of this rainfall. Now, this is bringing flash flooding. And strange to say, it is going to bring it towards the south. So for today, first you have this marginal and you have this big slight risk for flash flooding. You even have a little bit of marginal on the southern side of Texas. For tomorrow, this is going to grow. You're going to get some for the eastern side of Florida as you're still getting these storms coming across. Still have it a little bit for southern and eastern Texas, but now it's growing all the way to the upper Midwest. And you can see it's not quite reaching up to Houston, maybe right on the edge for you getting some of that rainfall. I hope you do get it. But it is going all the way up to the upper Midwest. Now, as you go into Wednesday, now it's going to come right back down to the south. Now you have this big marginal and you have this big slight risk for flash flooding. This is for Wednesday. So I know you need a rainfall. Just be aware all that cement in those big old cities is going to cause a lot of flash flooding. The rainfall is not going to sink into the ground. Now as you go into Thursday, it's going to still be there, even go further to the south. Not only the marginal, but now you have the slight risk for flash flooding. So I know you need a rainfall once again. Congratulations on getting the rainfall. Just be aware of the flash flooding. And as you go into Friday, you're going to have a little bit of marginal still hanging around while these storms go towards the northeast. And then our coastal northeast get a little bit of flash flooding for Friday. And you can also see the update on the temperatures this morning. So now the next 6 to 10 day temperature probability, bringing in that high ridge, bringing in those warm temperatures. But now the below average temperatures are stretching not only from Texas, but going all the way towards the East Coast and really below average for this time of year right here in this blue section, all the way to the 10th and 11th while we do this transition. Matter of fact, these warm temperatures are already breaking records. Yesterday, for the 1st of October, they hit 92 degrees in Minneapolis, and they broke long-term records, guys, over 100 years. So remember, if you did watch my winter forecast on who's going to get snow, that we are going to be above average temperatures for the upper Midwest for our winter as well. Now for today, you're still going to have those 80s, even those 90-degree temperatures for today as this climbs further to the north. And this is going to transition for tomorrow. This is going further to the east, bringing 80s towards y'all now also. But right after this warm-up, Then you got the cool temperatures coming in, guys. So now as we go into Thursday morning, let me walk you through this. Going to Thursday morning, this is the temperatures you're going to wake up with. You have these 40s moving in, even higher elevations, seeing some freezing conditions. Now as you go through Friday, this is where it starts getting a little cooler now, even the wind chills, guys. So you have cold air coming in with the 40s. You even have these freezing temperatures for higher elevations in the mountains coming in. People waking up in the 50s and the 60s. But with the wind chills, it's really going to feel like y'all are in the 20s as this moves through. The wind chills does not hang around too much. Now your highs for Friday, you're just going to stay in the 40s for the mountains, mostly the higher elevations, but y'all going to stay in the 40s for your highs for Friday, where everybody else is still 60s and 70s and warming right back up. Now, as we go through Saturday, this is where the cold front comes on in even further. Still bringing 50s to the south. I'm still showing Saturday, Sunday, even Monday is going to be our coldest days. But now it's bringing all these 40s and these 30s, even high 20s moving on in as you go through Saturday. Even the wind chills are going to be there again, making you feel like you're in the 20s for Saturday. So Friday and Saturday is going to be really cold for the upper Midwest and the Rocky Mountains. And it's even going to make y'all feel like y'all in the 40s towards the southern side of the U.S. But it will warm right back up again for Saturday. Everybody's going right back into the 50s and 60s. You're going to stay in the 40s for the upper Midwest, so it is going to stay cool for y'all as well. Now, as you go through Sunday, this is where your deepest of your temperatures come in. This is where a lot of people feel like they're in their 40s now, even towards the southern side of the U.S., 40s and low 50s as you wake up for Sunday morning. Now, there's not going to be a lot of wind chills. That done moved off after we went through Saturday. So your highs for Sunday is going to be right back into the 60s for a lot of people and right back into the 50s for the colder temperatures for the day. And as you go through Monday, here it comes again, bringing those 40s on through all the way towards the southeast, even northern Florida, going to be in the 50s. So a lot of cool temperatures coming through for Sunday and Monday, starting on Saturday, but Sunday and Monday for the south. Once again, not showing a lot on the wind chills, but it is going to warm right back up as you go through Monday, guys. But thank you so much for your time. God bless you and your families. I hope this has helped you in any way. I will keep you all updated on what's going on in the tropics. Thank you again for visiting my channel. Before you go out on your Monday, Zephaniah 3:14 through 20. Sing, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Lord hath taken away thy judgments. He hath cast out thine enemy, the King of Israel. Even the Lord is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil any more. In that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, Fear thou not, and to Zion, Let not thine hands be slack. The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. And I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you. For I will make you a name and a praise among all the people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. Amen. Have a great day, everybody. Remember, when that day does come, it will be a glorious day. So stay happy. The war has already been won. Help as many as you can until then. I appreciate every single one of y'all. And remember, all glory always goes to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I pray He always blesses you and keeps you safe every day of your life, you and your families and your neighbors. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Have a great day, everybody.